Okay, everyone, time for our September member tip for the Cotta Verdera members. Just real quick, just wanted to give a shout out to Clint and Yogi and all the staff. Man, I've been here 7-ish years or something now. Been very blessed to be here that long. And at the end of a summer, I've never seen the course in this good a shape. So just wanted to briefly bring that up, that I think the staff's done a tremendous job. I drove to the range tee and I was looking down number 10 this morning when I was getting my gear, and I was astounded how good the course looks I mean, we're in September, normally this time of year, everyone else can be dealing with brown spots and not that great of turf conditions, and they've just done an awesome job. Okay, why to me I like to teach using the tool in your hands, right? So I like club focused instruction, right? Again, this thing's flying around you at 80 to 100 and some miles an hour. It is the boss. Think of everything you've ever done. If you use a fork, you use the fork. If you use a hammer, you use the hammer. If you swing a bat, you swing the bat. And when we're doing those things, especially in the performance mode of eating, hammering a nail, or playing baseball, I don't think you're thinking of a body part at that point, right? You're not thinking what your wrist does and how your elbow moves and how your hips turn. What you're really focused on is using the tool. And so I wanted us to briefly get into, that why I like club focused instruction. Like I said, this has all the momentum. This is things going 90 to 100 some miles an hour, 80 to 100 some miles an hour, just depending, strength and flexibility and all these other things. So if you give this a direction and it goes in the right direction, you will tend to respond to that, right? It'll turn your hips, it'll shift your weight, it'll do all these cool things. I've never really seen anybody that if they aim this and they swing it back and they swing it forward and they go, up on their hands and over to the target. I've never really seen anybody when they just move the club in a direction that their body doesn't kind of follow that direction and momentum. And so that's why I like to bring it back to logic of everything you've ever done, which is that, like I said, when I was a kid and I worked for my uncle who was a contractor, no one ever showed me how to use a hammer. And by the end of my first summer, I was really good with one. You move the hammer through the nail into the board and the nail went in, excuse me. And so that's kind of this too. You move the club through the ball towards the target and the ball goes there. TrackMan proves it. 80% of where the ball goes where the face points. The other 20-ish% is where the club swings. So if you can kind of master those two things, you can learn to use your ping pong paddle, your baseball bat, the tool in your hands, and you can focus on swinging it in the direction of the target. I think that's really going to help you guys. We're heading into the time of year that you can really make some improvements. We're going to have shorter days and not as good of weather. And so, get together with one of the guys in the shop or me, really formulate a plan for how you want to improve. This is the time of year to, all the new equipment's going to be coming out. You could work out and focus on your fitness. You can work on your mentality. And us as a staff, I'm going to, Tommy, maybe we'll put some cool programs together for some of those things this fall. But in my opinion, focus on the tool, swing it at the target. The ball gets in the way in that. 80% face, 20% where the club swings. And if you focus on those things, I think it's really going to help your golf, and quit focusing on body positions and what your elbow and your wrist do, because that purely just doesn't control the momentum of where the club goes. I hope that helps, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon.